goodness gracious. I'm exhausted. I can't believe I started off a video like that, but yeah, let's try that again. Hey y'all, it's Ashley at Bookish Realm, and I am back with another video. Today I am here to do my May reading plans. I am so confused about what happened because 2021 just started and we're almost halfway through the year, and I'm just confused. I'm so confused. I think time is speeding up and maybe I just can't keep up. So I'm here to do my May reading plans. I probably already said that, so I don't know how this is going to look in editing. Whatever. Anyway, so I do have quite a few things that I want to make it through in May. I actually went back and I watched my April reading plans, and I ended up reading a few things off of that list, which I'm very, very proud of, because if you know me, I don't stick to plans really that well. So, you know, plans loosely, I mean super loose. These are just ideas that I have. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. I'm gonna start first though with the things that I am currently reading, which actually is quite a bit. I'm filming this and it's like a week before May even ends. Not before May ends. It's a week before April ends, so I'm in the middle of quite a few things. I think I'm gonna start with going through my Libby to kind of see where I'm at with some stuff. Like I said, not going to pull up everything like I've done in the past before, but I think I'm just going to highlight a couple of things that I am interested in reading. So the first thing that I have here is The Marathon Don't Stop by Rob Kenner. This is actually a biography of Nipsey Hussle, which I'm super excited to read. It's not that long, it's only 12 hours. The cover is beautiful, heartbreaking looking at that picture of Nipsey, but it's one that I definitely think that I wanted to get to. I have another one that's super interesting and I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. It is called Diversity Inc., as in like Diversity Incorporated, and this is by Pamela Newkirk. And apparently this is an award-winning journalist, and it is an analysis of how workplace diversity trainings or initiatives have turned into this misguided industry, which I do agree with, but I'm interested in seeing like where the conversation is going to go. I think that diversity in workplaces has definitely become a buzzword and a key component, and it has become a business tool when it should be working to make your companies, your organizations truly diverse. But I think that's where this author is coming from, is that it's a new buzzword that people are trying to use in order to make their companies and organizations seem more appealing. And I think this is an analysis of whether they're actually implementing those plans or whether this is just kind of just a means to an end. That's how it kind of comes off. I think a couple of these, I have some paranormal romances, which I'm not really going to dive into because I may or may not get to those. It depends on whether I'm still in the mood. But I do have Lioness Rampant, which is the 4th book in the Alana series by Tammy Pierce. Remember that Bethany and I have been reading these once a month, so 1 book a month, and we are wrapping up with Lioness Rampant, and the last live show is going to be on my channel. So that is really exciting that we're close to finishing, like super close to finishing. I actually just had some holds come in, like, y'all, I know y'all feel this energy that you put stuff on hold through Libby and then it's like nothing's available, and then all of a sudden everything's available at one time. I don't understand how, because I just got a copy of The House in the Cerulean Sea, I just got a copy of The Intimacy Experiment, and I got a copy of Sunny, which is good because I'm going to talk about Sunny in a second. But we're just going to go with those ones that I previously talked about as the ones that I want to highlight for what I have for my audio on Libby. Now, I found out that there's this new app called AnyPlay. I talked about it a little bit on my Instagram, and AnyPlay is another audiobook listening company, and I don't know how much they are a month. I'll make sure I link their stuff down below in the description box, because I can't remember, because I decided to go with the quarterly option, meaning that I pay $24 every 3 months, which isn't bad, and so far it has been unlimited listening. I have not had any hiccups. I canceled my Audible subscription, and now I'm listening to AnyPlay. So I've been finding some great things through AnyPlay. Right now I'm listening to The Wall of Winnipeg by Mariana Zapata, and I've heard so much about this author through like the romance side of the booktube community. It is a slow burn romance. This book is over 600 pages long, but I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm a fan of slow burn romances. I plan on listening to some more Katie Robert. The first thing that I kind of have on my radar for Katie Robert is Learn My Lesson, which is the second book in the Wicked Villains series. I think this one is, I believe, Hercules, Hades, and Meg, and I believe that it is the three of them. I think it is a menage. But I'm super excited for this because I love Desperate Measures, and I read Your Dad Will Do this month, and I'm not going to talk about it a lot. I can't talk about it a lot because I'm going to talk about it in my wrap up, but just know that I will be listening to more Katie Robert. In addition to that, I have been like binging Christina C. Jones. I feel like this month I have easily read like 9 or 10 of her books in April, which is crazy because Whitney, whose Instagram and stuff I'll link down below in the description box, Whitney has had like this challenge go on Storygraph, and it was one of her goals to read all of Christina C. Jones's books, or like work her way through her backlist this year. And I said that I wanted to join, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to every book that Christina C. Jones has written this year, but at the rate that I'm reading, y'all, it may just happen. I may finish everything that she's ever written this year if I keep pushing out like 10 of her books. So I've started her, I can't remember the name of the series, but the first book is Ante Up. So from on AnyPlay, I also have Deuces Wild by her, which I plan on listening to. And then I also have Think I Might Love You, which is the first book in the Love Sister series. And the Love Sisters are cousins to the Wright brothers. So I finished the entire Wright brothers series this month, like all 4 books. I finished this month, and I thought I saw somewhere on her website that the Love Sisters were somehow related. So they're actually cousins to the Wright brothers, or the Wright family. So I got to see the characters for this series in the Christmas novella that I just finished last night. So with that being said, I'm ready for the family interconnectedness, and 9 times out of 10, y'all, I'm gonna binge that entire series. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's a series of novellas, so I'm probably gonna finish all of the novellas. It might catch me being wild, and I might start that series before May even comes. It's a possibility. And then I also want to read Wonder by her, which is, I believe, an Alice in Wonderland retelling. The cover for this one is absolutely beautiful. I try not to look at like the synopsis for a lot of her books. I read Ante Up by her this month, and I went in blind, and I absolutely enjoyed going in blind because it was very different from anything that she had ever written. So I'm kind of wondering, like, if I go into this one blind, will I kind of get that same feeling? Because Ante Up, in my opinion, is the best book by her that I've read so far. All of her books have gotten in between like 3 to 4 stars, but Ante Up got 4.5, so I think I'm gonna go into Wonder blind as well. And that's gonna be it for my audiobook listening. I don't think I have anything super pending on Libro FM right now. I will double check and make sure, but for the most part, I don't think. Okay, so I lied that quick. I do have one that I want to listen to, which is Hope, and it's very short. It's only 3 hours, and it's Hope, Grace, and Faith by Leah Messner. I've been binging Teen Mom 2, which, don't ask me why, okay? I remember when Leah and all of them were pregnant, because as a matter of fact, I was around the same age. I was either the same age as them, or I was a year younger or a year older than them when they first got pregnant. So I've kind of grown up like kind of following their story, and I know that Leah definitely had a difficult time in her journey of being a teen mom, and I had not realized that she had written a book. I thought it came out last year, but maybe it just came out this year. But Libro FM had the copy for me to listen to, so I did get that. I'm still listening to Witches Steeped in Gold, which already came out, and I'm not liking it. Like, I think it is absurdly confusing, and it's not a dialect, it's not a cultural thing for me. I have family members, my dad is Jamaican and English, and so it's not that, it's not a cultural gap. It's just that I think it's just utterly, it's a confusing book, and it's not grabbing my attention, and I'm super close to DNFing it, which sucks because I was really liking it, but I don't think I'm really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. So we're gonna see if I'm gonna push through that. I don't feel like I am, but we'll see. So those are kind of the two. I have others, but those are kind of the two highlights from Libro FM. Okay, so on to some other things that I'm currently reading, which is, once again, it's a lot of stuff that I'm reading. I am still reading Batman, the Deluxe Edition, Book 1. This is part of the Rebirth line by Tom King. I still have not really made any progress on this. Do not ask me why I haven't made progress on this. I just have not made progress on it. I'm still just kind of like that much through. I don't know what's going on there, but it's no progress has been made just yet. Sorry for the angle change. I had to get up and fix something really quick. But two other trades that I'm currently reading are House of X. This is a introduction to the new X-Men series. This story is really intense, and it's really long, and I am not that far into this one either. I believe, let's see, yeah, so once again, I'm only about that far in. I still have this much to read. I am hoping to finish these two by the end of the month, by the end of April, but if I don't, I don't. It's okay. I'll just, like I said, I'll carry it over till May. Another trade that I'm reading that I currently have checked out from the library is Teen Titans Volume 3, Return of Kid Flash. I read the first 2 volumes this month, which you will see in my April wrap-up, but I started reading this 3rd volume, and I have the other volumes checked out as well, because I want to catch up on some stuff from Rebirth. I know that we're on to new things from DC, but there are some great stories that I think I've missed in Rebirth, so I decided to start with Teen Titans. It's okay. Like, it's not anything that I'm like super into. I think I love Raven. I love Jackson, who was Aqualad. I thought Jackson was a new character to Infinite Frontier, but Jackson is actually a black queer DC character. How did I not know this? Like, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm missing hidden gems and characters that I think I would absolutely love. I love Raven, love Starfire. Gar and Damien are really getting on my nerves, but that's for my wrap up. So, but yeah, I'm not that far into this one either. I'm only like that far in, but this is one that I'm excited to read. Now for some of the books that I plan on reading, which is not a lot of books. I've really been on an audiobook and comic kick, and I think that I want to stay there because it's been a happy place for me. It's been a place that I've been enjoying. It's been a place where I feel most at ease, and I want to stay there because work has been really crazy, and I don't want to add any more stress to myself. So right now, I'm not even really like doing advanced reviews of anything. Like, I haven't requested anything, like no, nothing like that. I do want to get some stuff finished, but I think I just want to relax just a little bit because work, it's crazy. So I do want to finish the track series by Jason Reynolds. I read Ghost and Patina recently. I think I read Ghost in maybe February. I think I read Ghost in February. No, I read Ghost in March, and I read Patina this month. So I want to read Sunny and Lou, and my audiobook for Sunny just came in, and then I will finish it up by reading Lou. This is such a great series. It's a great middle grade series. It is 4 kids who are on this track team. Each of them have their own personal things going on, their personal burdens that they're carrying. So I'm interested in learning more about Sunny and Lou because I love Ghost and Patina stories. And I think, of course, you know, Jason Reynolds, you really just can't go wrong with Jason Reynolds. The next one that I have here is The Hannah Wars. This has been staring at me all month. I have been staring at it, and it has been staring back at me. So I thought it was time for me to take it off of the shelf. This features a character by the name of Nishat, and our other character's name is Flavia, and they are friends, and then they enter a contest to see who has the best henna drawing skills. And then we start to notice that there are some feelings that are being exchanged, especially on Nishat's end for Flavia, who she is finding very, very charming. And of course, this is going to be a sapphic romance where Nishat's parents are not going to be accepting of her possibly being a lesbian. I have heard interesting things about this one. I know for the most part, a lot of people have enjoyed it, but I have also heard some criticisms about it, but I'm very, very intrigued and I'm looking forward to picking it up. Next, I have Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This is one that I've heard a lot of great things about, and the second book, Vicious Spirits, has been out, I think, for a while, if I'm not mistaken. And I am excited to read this one because it focuses on a main character that is a 9-tailed fox who has to consume the life force of men in order to survive, but she doesn't want to just do that, so she sticks specifically to consuming only when she has to. And then the life forces that she takes, it appears to be men who have done some pretty heinous things. But then she saves the life of this guy, and it ends in a whirlwind of events, and she has to choose between her own immortality and his life. So I've heard great things about this one. So I'm very, very excited to pick it up. I've had it on my shelf for a while, and it is time for me to read it. The next one that I have here is Amina's Voice by Hannah Han, and this is one that I absolutely love. I've read this before. This would be a reread for me. Amina's song has already come out, I believe. It's been out for a little while, but I don't know if it's like more of a companion or a direct sequel, but I know that I don't remember the exact specifics of Amina's Voice. So before I read Amina's song, I want to prepare myself and reread this one. It is very, very short. I believe the first time I read this, it probably was over the course of 2 sittings. It's less than 200 pages, and it is a middle grade novel, but one of the best that I have read. If you've never read Amina's Voice, make sure you check this out. I have read Hannah Han's other book that is based off of the story Little Women, and it is more to the story. I enjoyed that one. I believe I read that one probably like in February or March. I think it was March, middle grade March. So I'm ready to consume everything that she has ever written, and definitely Amina's song is on my list, but first must reread this. I am super ashamed to be holding up this book. This is Arusha and the End of Time. I shouldn't be holding this book up, although I like the way that it looks with my makeup. It works well. I shouldn't be holding up this book. I was supposed to read this book all of last year. I never picked this book up. I do not know why I have not picked this book up. I have been slowly collecting all of the Rick Riordan Presents books because, I mean, I trust Uncle Rick, with a lot of things because he's done such a great job, and I think he's just a great human. So I definitely made sure that I picked up the entire Arusha series. I think I have the first 3. I don't have the 4th book, but I am ashamed to be holding this up, y'all. I should have already read this book and I haven't done it yet. And it's long, but it's not super long. And it's a middle grade book. It's a little over 300 pages and I have not read it. So maybe this needs to be high priority, but Arusha is on the list. And the last book that I have is another one that I'm ashamed to be holding up. I'm super ashamed to be holding this up. It's A Poppy War by R. Kwong. Everybody has read The Poppy War except me, okay? Like, everybody's read The Poppy War. Ashley has not read The Poppy War because I don't know. I listened to about 25% of The Poppy War on audio, and I just could not finish it by the time I had to return it to the library, and I never got back to it. And I'm like, everybody has read The Poppy War. The trilogy is over with. And guess who still has not read The Poppy War? Me. Listen, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I mean, I know what I'm doing with my life, but I don't know what I read during a month. Whereas, like, I feel like the book community is reading like certain things, and then I feel like I'm always like the last person to get on the train to read stuff. Like, years later, I'll be like, oh, this is such a great series, and it's like, yeah, actually we read that like 3 years ago. And you know, I'm just behind. I'm just super behind. But everybody's like familiar with The Poppy War. Everybody, just not me. So I'm hoping that I can finish The Poppy War this month. I was supposed to read it with Erica from The Broken Spine in December of last year. It's coming up on May, 5 months later, and now I'm talking about picking up The Poppy War. Man, oh man, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But it's on my list. Okay, so I do have a couple of graphic works that I do want to work my way through. I'm not going to go into a long explanation for these because I typically don't unless it's something that I feel like I need to highlight. I just want to show you, and I talk about this stuff usually more during my wrap-ups, but I do want to start Princess Jellyfish volumes 1 and 2. I believe I started volume 1 a long time ago and I just never finished it. I want to start Asadora by Naoki Urasawa. I am excited. I believe that this is new. I'm sure that my library just got a copy of this, so I'm feeling like this is new. I don't know when this was published, but I am excited to read this. I have a blue flag because I've seen Shay and Izzy talk about it so much, so I did pick up the first volume. I'm excited to read it. Another one because of Shay and Izzy, Yon of the Dawn. I started this one this month. I just never got back around to picking it up. I actually think I got a little ways into it. Not halfway, but probably about a quarter way through. So I need to finish this up. You might catch me and I might actually finish this before May even ends, so we'll see. And then I want to continue my read of Bride Stories. So I read the first volume a while ago and really loved it. And I checked out volume 2 and 3 from the library. I think that these are really short, but overall just enjoyable, and the artwork is amazing. If you want a manga with really great art, like, the art in this is powerful. It's absolutely beautiful. So then I also have some single issues that I want to read. I say I have some single issues that I want to read, and this is the sack that I need to make it through. I'm super behind on reading my weekly comics because life. I've been busy. I get home and I'm tired. I'm exhausted. So I do not have the time that I think I usually have. I don't have it anymore. So I'm going to go through these like always. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about them unless I need to talk about them because it's just going to be too much. So I'm just going to show you. I have Superman issue number 30, Radiant Black issue number 3, Justice League issue number 60, Truth Justice issue number 3, The Flash issue 769, Nightwing issue number 79, Women of Marvel issue number 1, Batman and Scooby-Doo issue number 1, Flash issue 768. So I haven't read any issues of Flash that I'm supposed to have read. Tira issue number 1, which I have started. Haven't finished that. Carnage, Black, White, and Blood issue number 1, which I don't think I'm going to read any more of this one. I think I just picked this one up because I thought the art was going to be good. And I think the art is good, but in terms of like paying for a book where like most of the stories are not that intriguing, like I'm not going to do it. But you can see how crazy that cover is. That cover is wild. And the artwork in it is really, really sick. And it's only done in red, white, and black. And of course it said blood because it's Carnage, but it's red, white, and black are the only colors used in this one. And then Nightwing issue number 78. Clearly I haven't read what I was supposed to have been reading for Nightwing either. Witch Blood issue number 1. Challenge of the Super Sons issue number 1. This is John and Damien. Teen Titans Academy issue number 1, which I should be picking up because Teen Titans Academy issue number 2 comes out this week. I have Crime Syndicate, but I think I'm gonna drop this. I'm really not interested in this story anymore. I read the first issue and gave it 2 stars. I was going to give the third issue a try. I mean the second issue a try, but I think I'm done. I'll still read this one, but I think I'm gonna drop the series. I have Green Lantern issue number 1, Swamp Thing issue number 2, Batman issue 107, America Chavez issue number 2, The Silver Coin issue number 1, Sensational Wonder Woman issue number 2, and the second Batman, or the next Batman Second Son issue number 1. Which I've been putting off reading this one. I don't know why, but I've been putting off reading it as if I'm not super interested in what the story is going to be. And especially because it was done by John Ridley. 9 times out of 10, this story is going to be read before the end of the month. So although I have included it in my May reading plans, I'm going to read it in April. So that's it, y'all. Those were the single issues that I need to get through. Most of those probably will be finished within the first couple of weeks. Not even the first couple of weeks. They probably will be finished within the first week or so of May because I need to be back at the point where I was all caught up with my single issues, and I'm not caught up and I need to catch up. So yes. Alright y'all, those are my May reading plans. Let me know in the comment box below which you plan on reading this month. Let me know like what's top of your list, like what's your highest priority. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you're looking for ways to support my channel, the links will be down in the description box below. If you're looking for ways to find me on social media, those links will be down in the description box below as well. And I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.